Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. If you love precious metals, if you love interacting, if you love learning about precious metals, if you love the world in general of precious metals, make sure you smash the like button, make sure you're subscribed, because I post daily videos. Every single day, I'm updating you on the newest, latest, freshest information that has to do about gold and silver. So make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications. With that said, let's jump into the video. So, there are a lot of secrets, a lot of myths about silver. More specifically, silver than gold, right? Gold is seen as the royal metal, right? But silver, a lot of people downplay it. A lot of people downplay silver. They try to sweep its potential under the rug, kind of like an out of sight, out of mind. But the truth is going to be exposed sooner than later. They can't hide silver's true value forever. In the 30s, FDR changed the gold to silver ratio from 16 to 1 to 75 to 1. But that's not even the earliest manipulation of silver prices. It goes back to biblical, to ancient times. 2.5 parts silver equals 1 part gold. That right there puts silver at an undervalued that puts silver undervalued compared to gold. But what is silver? Why is silver undervalued or worth less compared to gold if they do the same things, and silver, if not, works better in most applications, as it being the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity? I mean, it comes out of the ground roughly 8 to 1, but we know that's not true because a lot of gold is remelted and recycled, reused, rescrapped, where silver is lost in technology. And actually, they've been digging up a lot of gold recently because it's profitable, but they haven't been digging up a lot of silver because it's not profitable. Silver is hard to find. It's found as a byproduct. It's found when they're looking for gold, lead, or zinc. They'll find some silver on the side and they'll take it, but they're not looking for it. They're looking for gold, lead, and zinc. Silver is found as a byproduct. So yes, the gold to silver ratio is 8 to 1, but with the producing silver, since there's no silver mines, the ratio is probably much smaller than that. And they don't want you to know that. They'll say silver's plentiful, but the U.S. Mint sold out of American Eagles. Why do you think why do you think American Eagles have such a high premium right now? It's because there's a scarce supply. Not gold. A lot of gold is recycled, reused. Silver, on the other hand, though, not so much. But who is this? Who is this that's trying to downplay silver, and why? Now let's jump into that. Do you know that the dollar has lost 98% of its purchasing power and actually has no real value? The dollar's actually collapsing beneath our feet. The dollar is deflating. Why is this? Why is this? I feel like I'm a teacher in a classroom. Can someone raise their hand and answer the question? I'm sure you know, or you might know, and if you don't know, you're about to know. Because it's not backed by anything. It's based off of faith. Once upon a time, our money was backed by gold and silver. And that was the best chance we had of our currency working, but it doesn't anymore. It's based off of faith. It's based off the principle of hope and how much value people think it's worth. It's based off of that principle alone. So, if we're printing all of these dollar bills into a system, you can see how inflation, or rather hyperinflation, could hurt the economy, and how the value could come full circle and actually hurt itself. Printing more money actually causes the dollar to lose its value, in return making it worthless. What you can buy with right now in today's time, in 20 years from now you won't be able to buy. Just like 20 years ago, what you could buy a gallon of gas for a quarter. Nowadays it's $5 or $6. In a couple of years from now it's going to be $10, $20, probably higher. You could buy a Tesla for $50,000 right now. In 10, 20, 30 years from now, you damn sure will not be able to buy a Tesla for $50,000. It's just like in some third world countries, their money has become so worthless, so valueless, that they carry their money in trash bags and weigh their money on scales. We're headed in the same direction, ladies and gentlemen. So you can see the rate of the dollar. I just explained the dollar and where it's headed, right? So what if someone, let's say like you and I, wants to start investing into precious metals? What would that do to the dollar? That threatens the dollar. That's a direct threat to the dollar, because if you are a slave, if you're in debt, you're a slave to the system. They have control over you. They can garnish your wages, they can take your money, they can even lock you up. So if that's the case, then if someone's actually investing into something that holds its value, that has profitable means for the future, that threatens them. Gold and silver is a direct threat to the dollar. That's why they try to downplay it. That's why they don't want you to invest in silver. That's why they'll rather they'll rather push stock markets on you, or something that's pegged to the dollar, because if the dollar falls, so do stocks. Are pegged directly to the dollar. That's why it's so important to invest into precious metals, because they have intrinsic value. No matter who says what that 1 ounce silver coin is worth, the 1 ounce of silver that's inside the coin, that's where the value lies. That's where the value truly is. And when you're looking at gold and silver, you can see that it's a small community, it's a small market, right? Not many people know about gold and silver, or if they do, they're not really paying much attention to it, and that's because they designed it that way. They designed it to, if you talk about silver, we'll talk about the bear market, or talk about how low it is or how cheap it is. They're not going to talk about how silver was $50 in 2011. They're not going to talk about that. They're not going to talk about the potential of silver, or how the 2008 credit crisis that led to 2011 $50 silver is actually repeating right now, the same patterns leading to, $50+ silver in 2022, 2023. They're not going to talk about that, how silver is a perfect investment. Jim Rogers, an investing millionaire, mentions silver is single-handedly the best investment for the next 3 to 5 years. They're not. These articles get swept under the rug. These interviews get swept under the rug, because they don't want you to know about it. They don't want you to know. Donald Trump openly invests into physical gold. He signs gold bars and stuff like that. But most people, most banks, they don't. And even though it's funny, banks and people like that will downsize gold and silver, but they're the ones that have the most of it. How hypocritical is that? How is that? Right? So, you can see that there's a lot of secrets about gold and silver. There's a lot that people try to it gets even worse, though. People are manipulating markets. Not just calling it a scam, but actually going into the exchanges, placing false buy orders, canceling the order before it goes through, tricking other people on these exchanges to think people are buying a whole bunch of shares of silver up, and then they cancel the order. So it's a false flag. That's called spoofing. That's what JP Morgan has got caught red-handed doing. 3 of their employees got arrested for it. It's a punishable crime now. Merrill Lynch got caught doing it, along with JP Morgan getting caught with millions of dollars in misprinted gold bars, probably going to be sold on the black market. It's this stuff. And if you want to talk about silver manipulation, right, it happens, but I'm curious to what degree does it really affect the prices of gold and silver? Right? That's always the biggest question is, yeah, this stuff is happening, but is it really affecting the markets to the degree that we say or that we think? I don't know. That's a question no one really can answer. Hopefully, as spoofing dies down, as it's more of a punishable, harsh crime, we will see natural prices of silver and gold start to happen. Because silver's natural price is definitely not $15. I can tell you that much. Silver's natural price is definitely not $15. Far from it. So anyways, just to recap a little bit, because we did talk about a lot in this video, the dollar is based off of faith and hope, the principle of how much people think it's worth. That's what it's based off of, and people lose hope in that, then you are SOL. That's why you see them trying to keep us afloat so harshly right now, or so extremely right now, because if people start to lose faith in it, then it has no faith, it has no value. Things like investments like gold and silver, that's where the real money is. That's the real money. Because it cannot be created nor destroyed, it has to be dug out of the ground if you want more of it. You can't just print it out of thin air. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you thought this video was informational, educational, or at least just entertaining, make sure to smash that like button. Especially if you stuck around this long in the video. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It means the most to me. I cannot thank you guys and gals enough. Make sure to smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Turn on post notifications because I post daily videos every single day. I'm giving you the newest, latest, freshest, most informative information on the world of precious metals and what to do with your stacking strategy. Whether it's buying, selling, trading, or investing, I am your guy. This is your channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.